do you have things that, well, you could say that you would recommend to someone if maybe you are mostly focused on the repertoire for work, but you're teaching somebody in a solo capacity? Do you have things that you recommend for how to break a piece down, how to go about finding and solving problems, stuff like that? Where does recording fit in? All those types of things.
Well, recording yourself is a drag, and nothing will improve your playing faster. And recording used to be when I was a student, that was a big pain in the neck. And now all of us carry around a wonderful little recording device in our pocket, so it's pretty handy. Now, listening to the playback can be depressing. It almost always is, but nothing will improve your playing faster. So you've got instant feedback. As far as making your piece easier, there's two things you can do to make practice easier: play softer and play slower. Both of those things will decrease tension. Anything we perceive as difficult, playing fast, playing high, playing loud, I said fast. Speed will cause us to tense up. We always, just even a slow piece like the. Now, I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay.
No, I had an experience with the Telemann, the first movement of the Telemann concerto, and I started practicing it very softly, even slower than it's usually done, and it was actually easier to play. And it was like, that's weird. We think of it as like this. It's kind of an endurance thing.
Me. That is one of the only pieces still to this day. Like, I've developed skill on the trumpet. I feel very confident in many ways. I've had enough bad experiences with that it's one of the few pieces that I still have like baggage with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think someone told me once, I guess maybe I brought it from this. They said Leon Rapier, the great trumpet player, I think he was with Louisville and did all that, modern music. But he would play Baroque repertoire softly and slowly on his B flat trumpet, just or whatever it is, and again, it was kind of like excuse me, I don't mean to impose the way I interpreted it was, I made a game. I like to make a game out of things. I like to keep it light. So I make a game out of, I'm going to play this piece on my B flat trumpet. I'm just fooling around. I'm playing light. I'm playing soft, and I'm learning to negotiate that. In this case, high register. And you can become kind of fearless about it. And part of it is becoming acclimated, to functioning in there. And then there's certainly physical, there's a physical aspect to doing that, but playing it softer and not and making it exploratory, as opposed to I must do this and I must have the high G at the end or whatever, and laying all these rules and expectations on yourself. But you can just kind of explore in that registry, and you gain facility. You also gain muscle memory of what it feels like to function up there. So, for instance, you mentioned something earlier about a lot of teachers will say, well, you just have to hear the piece, and then that's your model. Okay, so you listen to great players, now do it. And a lot of people aren't wired that way. Not only that, or they'll have something physically that they're doing in their approach that will never, ever allow them to get there. And I tell my students, every trumpet player wants to play higher, louder, faster. Some of them even want to sound better, right? But they all hate it when stuff feels different. And the rub is, anything that is going to sound different has to feel different, right? Yeah. So you have to be ready for this kind of uncomfortable. Oh, this is pretty crazy, and and then trusting your ears, or your teacher's ears, or whatever. And so a lot of times, and that was one of the breakthroughs for me was, oh, this thing can feel this way. Someone introduced me to a technique, totally different feel. It's like, oh, far out. And then it opened all these other
Yep.
doors to different sounds and techniques. Maybe it might be high notes, it might be playing with a rich sound in the upper register as opposed to a strident sound, which was
Mhm.
one of my big millstones around my neck, because of my background.
Sure.
And I didn't know how to do it. And so I wound up, if I got into symphony and I'm playing all the right notes at the end of the symphony, and the conductor's like, "Oh no, I can't deal with that," and it's too bright, it's too blah blah blah. And so I bought stupid mouthpieces and stupid equipment, and to try to solve it that way. And it was technique based. I didn't
Sure.
know what to do, to make that sound. And when I did, whole entirely different feel. Oh, far out.